What's up, gaming heroes? Welcome back to another awesome World of Warcraft video. My name is Erosium, and in today's awesome WoW video, we are going to be looking at our garrisons. We're going to be having a little look at our garrisons. I'm just over on my Misfit family characters at the moment. If you guys don't know what that is, basically just check out my my playlist, the World of Warcraft Let's Play. And basically on that series, we take 3 brand new characters and we get them new professions, and we experience the game afresh on these characters, and we basically learn how to make tons of gold using just their professions, which is pretty fun. This is the engineering one. This guy's called Raspot, and he's a little rascally one. He's a mechanome, and he's an absolute hoot of a time, to be honest, recording those episodes. Unfortunately, I can't really, give those episodes like World of Warcraft Let's Play Episode 3, because if I'm honest, no one cares. Absolutely zero people will click a video for some reason when you title episodes like that. So I when I'm doing them, they very much will be titled along the lines of, making gold with engineering, and it is making gold with engineering, but it's also a let's play at the same time, and that's the way that they'll be marketed as a result of that. It's not really something that I can control. It's just that's YouTube, and people only want to click what ultimately is going to benefit them typically, and I'm sorry if that at all upsets anyone in the future, but I just want to make sure the series can be awesome, people can enjoy it, and we can really make something of it at the same time. So that's what we're going to be doing. So for my garrisons, to get into the kind of like the meat of this video series, my garrisons, I've been having a think over the last week or two. And this is something that I've really had to sit and think about. My garrisons, each garrison produces 480 cards of Omens per week. Okay? 480 cards of Omens per week. I have 33 garrisons. Let's do the maths on that really quickly. 33 times 480. 15,840 cards of Omens per week is what I produce. 10,000 cards of Omens takes roughly around 45 minutes to flip, as and when I get them all onto one character. It can take a little bit longer, it depends, but typically 45 minutes to an hour really, to flip that just 10,000. So that is quite a lot of time to be spending. I know it's rough, it's raw gold, but if we just did that maths and just turn that into the gold, the raw gold typically will be 4.65 gold on average across all these cards of Omens. 73,000 gold per week just on cards of Omens. Obviously, I would be daft not to do that, because this is gold that no one can take away from me. I sell it to a gosh darn vendor. No, I don't even need to sell them at the auction house. I'm making tons of gold with it. So I'd be stupid, honestly, to not do that. But that being said, I might be stupid to not do it. However, that doesn't mean I actually want to do it to that extent. So I'm basically been thinking about what I could do potentially instead of some cards of Omens. And I'm not on about removing the full amount of cards of Omens, because that would be honestly just stupid to do that. I want a solid amount of gold, and I said per week, but honestly it's only every 5 days that I get those 48 cards of 480 cards of Omens. That's 48 crafts, by the way, guys, because you craft 10 each time. So that's 480 every 5 days, and there's technically either 5 sets of 5 days in a month, or 6 sets of 5 days in a month. Either way, we're earning easily enough for the WoW token, which is obviously awesome in itself. But there is time spent having to do that, which is okay. I've got no problem with that. I'm a sweaty gamer. That's what we do. But I don't want to have to flip so many cards all of the time. So what I've decided to do is basically look for alternative options within the garrison to make my other gold making methods easier. So I don't want to have to change all my operations so that I have to kind of do another way to make gold, because that there's only so much time in the day to make gold using the garrisons. So what I've decided is, I've looked at what materials do I actually use in the garrison the most, and how can I potentially increase the production of more of those materials that I typically have to buy from the auction house in order to actually get them back. So in order to actually create things. So for example, my druid Erofam, he is my tailoring and enchanter, and Erofam needs a lot of one certain material that I end up having to buy on average about 100 to 150 per week. And this is costing a lot of gold. A lot of gold that I could be avoiding spending. And this is what I'm thinking with the Garrison, is it's not all about making gold. It's also about saving yourself from spending gold. Because spending gold is what makes you need to make more gold. So if I can reduce spending gold, I'm effectively making gold in itself. It's a weird thing. So I actually buy 100 to 150 temporal crystals per week for my enchanter. This is because my enchanter makes so many Warlords of Draenor bits and bobs that I end up and selling them on the auction house and making good profit, that I end up needing to restock that stuff so often. So to get around this, I've decided that I'm going to turn a bunch of my garrisons into enchanting huts. So I'm going to replace my... So basically, I'm going to replace 5. I know 5, guys. 5. It's an insane amount. I know it is. I know. And people are probably like, right in the chat right now,
Erosium, but 5 is stupid. You won't have enough to make lots of gold, bro.
And I'm like, I know. It's okay. I'm fine with that. Ultimately, I've just come to understand that, you know, I want to enjoy this game whilst I play it. And to do that, I really have to do stuff that will make my life easier, ultimately. So having 5 temporal crystal places with an enchanting follower should produce me enough. So each time it kind of creates fractured temporal crystals. Now, I'm not 100% sure how much fractured temporal crystals I get, but I think it's about 150 to 160 without a follower. But when you get a follower, obviously, it becomes more. I might be wrong there. I will look into that. That's some bro maths right there, guys. So just ignore that. So that turns into 16. That turns into 16 temporal crystals. Okay, so temporal crystals. And if I times that by 5... 80. So that gets me kind of half the way there for my temporal crystals. And I'm hoping that it might give me even more when I've got, you know, it all set up, all my followers upgraded for enchanting to the maximum level. And enchanting followers are super easy to get. I remember you can get them from Talador, and there is a quest line around here somewhere. I can't remember exactly where it is, but I'll figure out. I think it actually might be like around here, and you basically just help one guy, it's one quest, and then he's unlocked, and it's super easy for Alliance. So that's what I'm going to be doing, is turning a lot of my... turning 5 of them, basically, into enchanting studios. And to do that, this will basically mean that I will lose a certain amount of gold. So I'll go from 33 garrisons, and I actually thought I only had 28 garrisons for some reason, and then for some reason, I counted through all my characters. I was like, wait, I've got 33 characters. How did that happen? So, yeah, I mean, I've got 33 characters that have Garrison Setup. A couple of them aren't level 40 yet, so haven't got the level 3 Garrison, but they will be 40, I'd say, in the next week or so. Just because I do a little bit of leveling, probably 2 levels a day on each character, and that gets them up really, really easily. So, let's do 33 minus 5. That gives us 28. Okay, great. So, 28 times 480 equals 13,440 cards of Omens. So it's still a huge amount of cards of Omens. And if anything, I could afford to take some more of these guys off Inscription, because realistically, what I want to do is have 10,000 cards of Omens produced every 5 days, my max. That's honestly what I'm strategizing for. Okay, and this is you know what I'm going for eventually, but that's okay. For now, we're going to stick with 13,000. So let's times this by 4 gold, 65 silver, which is the average card of Omens flip value. And this is a true value that's worked out over what, like, millions of cards of Omens flips. So don't BS me in the chat and be like, oh, Erosium, that's not a true value, you're lying to me. Shut up. 62,000 gold every 5 days. Okay, now how many days are in this month here? 31. So, you know, 6 times for this month, 6 times 62,000 equals 374,000 raw gold from Cards of Omens. Theoretically, if we get the typical average, that's what we could get. We could get more of this number or less of this number, but that's what we're getting for this month alone from Cards of Omens, which is why I tell everyone to get the Garrisons Setup. That is just that amount of Cards of Omens we're producing, okay? This is only when you've got your Garrison follower for inscription in your inscription hut and leveled up all the way up to epic. When it becomes epic, he basically gives you more value for your work orders, and thus you save gold. Now, obviously, there is a certain level of investment in this. You know, I buy all herbs from the auction house for like 1 gold or less. Typically, I'm buying less now because I've got salvage yards set up, and salvage yards save you loads of gold, dude. Oh my gosh. Salvage yards save you tons of gold. I had no idea how much salvage yards save. So having a salvage yard, just doing my garrison missions every day, and then at the end of the week or every 2 weeks, you can literally just go to the salvage yard, unlock all your salvage crates, and then it just gives you tons of herbs that you can turn into more Cards of Omens. So you end up just kind of having everything free at your disposal. It saves more time. You don't have to do as much gold making methods in the garrison, and in all honesty, it makes you just have a easier day of making gold or saving yourself from spending gold on things that you don't need. So not only have I saved myself time by not flipping as many Cards of Omens, and don't get me wrong, I'm missing out on gold there, but I'm also making more gold by not having to spend gold on temporal crystals with this change. And this is what I'm really trying to teach, like, you know, a lot of people about, you know, Cards of Omens and like garrisons and stuff. There isn't one way to do garrisons, okay? There is not one way to do garrisons. There are many ways to do garrisons. You can make gold with the garrisons in loads of different ways. There's tons of different ways that you can make gold with the garrisons, and it's all about just prioritizing what is going to make you the gold the fastest and what is going to produce things in the way that you want it to produce. We need some Gorgon fly traps, it seems. Can we get out of this building? Yep. Any Gorgons? Really? No Gorgon fly traps? Are you for real, bro? Are you for real? Wow, gonna do me like that. I need to unlock the higher level of this here, because that will really help my leatherworking if I had just Gorgon fly traps. If you get the follower for the herb building, you can effectively choose what herbs appear here each day, and I could set it so it's just Gorgon fly traps every single day, and that way I can always do my leatherworking craft, which requires Gorgon fly traps and raw beast hide, which saves myself a little bit of time. Now, I don't suggest doing herbs on every character, only like, you know, if you're trying to gain certain things. Like at the moment, I'm trying to gain all of the various different recipes for these 3 Misfit family professions. Okay, great, we've done that. Now we can log off and carry on about our day. So if anyone is interested in learning how to do, you know, make gold with the garrisons, you got 2 options really. First of all, you can check out my YouTube playlist, which is completely free, available to everyone to check out the YouTube playlist for Garrison Gold or Garrison Gold Setup. There's 2 playlists there. Garrison Gold Setup kind of looks at each individual building and talks about the qualities and the uses of each of those buildings. And then the second option, which is go to my Patreon, sign up to my Patreon, and on my Patreon, I actually have a tab, which I will show you just now. I actually have a tab, which you can see just here, called Garrisons, and when you click that tab, it shows you a full written guide on garrisons and how to basically make gold in the best way possible for both Alliance and Horde. I've been spending a lot of time focusing on that in particular, and this is like the lowest Patreon I've got, so you don't have to spend a whole lot of money on that. And just very briefly, it kind of goes through the very basics of exactly what you have to do, and kind of addresses some little tips and tricks without showing too much. I don't really want to go any further, otherwise there's no point having, you know, that exclusive content. I literally give you guys these guides as a way of saying thank you to all of my patrons for supporting me and turning basically this into my career and helping me achieve being a content creator full time. So thank you to all of my patrons. As a patron, you also get access to all my TSM strings, so you can just import those and save yourself loads of time. And then you also get access to my exclusive gold guide content as well, which is pretty gosh darn awesome. Additionally, you don't even have to be a patron. You can actually just click free guides and get access to my free guides. Right, we're on Miela here. This is the RP blacksmith's daughter, and she's a feisty one in the Let's Play series. And we're going to do the mines on this character because we're currently, you know, making Secret of Draenor blacksmithing for this character, and that requires basically the ores we can get from this area. When we've got all of those, we'll probably stop doing these mines because the garrison will be fully set up, and we'll probably just start buying everything we need from the auction house. But for now, I'm just doing them until they're kind of like fully bought everything from the blacksmith hut. That's the trick for me personally. That's what I like to do. So yeah, there's so many different ways of making gold with garrisons. My guides kind of like show you the most, I guess, optimal way of making gold, and then past that, if you want to kind of change things up, it's super easy to do. But really, the garrisons are so complicated because, you know, it was a really complicated system they put, and that's why it's so good today. It's good to watch the kind of guides initially to get to grasp as to what, you know, is involved, and then make your decision on how you like to actually have it set up. Now, I do have a full video where it just shows exactly how I've got it set up. And in that video, you know, I show a full tour of my garrison, you know, to make the most optimal amount of gold. And then you can literally just watch that and learn everything from that video. But what it doesn't show you is every step of going from zero scratch to getting your first garrison, to getting enough like secret resources. So the secret treasures hidden around the garrisons, to basically make you get like enough resources to get you second. So whenever I level a character, as an example, I level the character, I go to, you know, Warlords of Draenor, get my garrison 1, and then usually people have to wait to get 200 resources to get the garrison 2. I don't. In 10 minutes, I get 200 resources and buy my garrison level 2. That's it. It's because you know, in my guides, I cover those types of specific little tricks and tips. It saves you a lot of time, and basically means that you can earn gold even quicker. Yeah, that's what I wanted to cover. Like, a lot of people, like, for example, I know of people who have predominantly Cards of Omens and leatherworking huts. Why leatherworking? Because on their realm, for some reason, the leatherworking bags that you can make from Warlords of Draenor sell like hotcakes. So they've doubled down on that. They've got like 10 leatherworking buildings. But for me personally, that doesn't work at all in my realm. The leatherworking bags sell super slow, so I can't sell them. There's absolutely no value in it for me personally. So I stick to what actually works, and that's Cards of Omens. No one needs to buy those from the auction house. You know, Blizzard would have to literally nerf the value of Cards of Omens to make it not worth doing, and even then they would have to nerf it like literally into the ground for it to not be worth it, because you make on average like 3 to 3.5 gold per card. So I mean, it would have to be a pretty massive nerf for that to happen. And Blizz, please don't nerf them. I'm begging you, Blizz. Please just, I tell you what you could do with those resources, Blizzard, if you really feel like changing something, is actually make a leveling system in Shadowlands that isn't absolute trash. That would be just absolutely magical. I know I'm kind of like poking the beast, but who cares? Or poking the bear, so to speak. But who cares? Honestly, at this point, Blizz, we just want a good leveling system, 50 to 60. Please help me, Blizz. Blizz, please. I know I have gone on a little bit this video, guys, about kind of like, you know, my website, my Patreon, and that stuff. But I really just wanted to get out there, you know. I won't be doing this every single video, kind of going on about that stuff, but I really just wanted to get it out there and kind of explain to you guys that, you know, I work really hard on my stuff, and, you know, helping me, supporting me, becoming a full-time creator, content creator is like, it's my dream come true. You know, that's what I'm working towards, and that's why I'm, you know, thanking all of my Patreon supporters with those guides there. I literally add a new post to my website pretty much every day at the moment, and I've even got people who are helping me write my guides, because I've got so many ideas, but I haven't got time to produce them all, you know, whilst creating 5 videos a week and streaming twice a week as well. It's such a lot of work that I can't deal with it all at once, so I have to have a certain bit of help to come on board with that, which is fine. It is what it is. Alright guys, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm turning 5 of my inscription huts into enchanting huts, and hopefully with that I'll have enough gold, enough temporal crystals coming in to make even more gold with my enchanting, and save, you know, the cost of materials, because sometimes, you know, temporal crystals from the auction house could cost 19 gold, sometimes they cost 36 gold, and I don't want to have to buy them with the 36 gold to make a bit of profit on an enchant. I'd prefer just to have those materials available to me at all times to make decent profit. Now, I could go into like the nth degree detail to try and make, you know, try and work out the maths on whether it's worth doing it or not, or I could just do it and save myself the ball ache of doing all that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna have 5 enchanting huts and then 28 inscription huts, and as an overall, I've got my WoW token paid for, I've got, you know, an awesome amount of gold coming in from enchanting. Everything is hunky-dory and perfect. Remember to smash the like button, click subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. This is Erosium out. Remember, we stream on YouTube Monday and Friday, 8 PM GMT, exactly 5 hours after this video releases. See you there. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.